What do you do to relax, Jordan, on your time off? Like, do you feel that you can switch off from football? Or?
I am quite crazy football. Like, I love watching all football, so I wouldn't say I switch off from it.
Jordan, how's things with you? Because you're at Aston Villa now. You're the all-time appearance holder in the WSL. Did you know that stat was coming when it happened? Because it was only recent.
Yeah, I only knew about a week and a half before it. They said, oh, do you know you're like coming up to the appearance holder? And I was like, no, obviously you're not adding up your games when you're at home. So yeah, when that moment came, obviously I didn't want to jinx anything. I was just like, I'll just take it game by game. And I think it's never a goal in football, is it? That you're like, oh my God, I want to play as many games as possible and tally it up. But I think, starting as a little kid and then getting that type of moment, it is still quite special, especially with the women's game's tough now. Like it's tough to play competitively and keep your spot and everything like that. So it was a nice moment.
It's brilliant for you. And I remember when it was all over the news kind of that weekend, I was like, fair play. Because I think back to when you were young, because you'd be similar ages actually. I remember like being up the road and always hearing about Jordan Nobbs. And I think where the game is now, you've been through all of that journey.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat or something the other day, and there was like only about 7 players that started the first WSL game are still like in the league.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it shows how far the game's come, and I guess me and Ruesha have seen so many changes of like training twice a week to then it going full time to then the crowds tripling in size. It's been an incredible journey, really.
I think that must be nice for you, like rolling back the years when you first started, and then when, say, you got your move to Arsenal, things start getting more professional. I don't know, were you at Arsenal when they're training in the evening still?
Yeah, so.
So you went through that journey to then being their full-time player, playing in massive stadiums. But that's an impressive start, saying that, like you're one of the players that have been there from the beginning and you're still there, like with all the changes going on. So credit to yourself, Jordan, that's fantastic.
Thank you. I know people forget that we trained 5 till 7 on AstroTurf, and at the time we used to actually go to Hertfordshire gym to do our gym. Like we didn't even really do it in the training ground, didn't have a changing room. We used to just turn up with our boots. And you think about that being like Arsenal at the time. It's just how things change so rapidly, and incredible to be like in the women's game right now.
Absolutely. I mean, Aston Villa, Rue, you played there a couple of seasons ago. It's been a tough season, hasn't it? It's been a tough campaign. Yeah. How's the mood in the dressing room?
Yeah, you can't lie. It's tough. It's not for lack of trying or lack of effort. We've had games where we should have got 3 points, and then we've had some poor performances, but it's just about us staying up now. It's about the fight and the drive to stay up. So it's not going to be easy, but we have to deal with that pressure right now. Every game's crucial, but yeah, it's never an easy position for any team to be in, is it? And we've just got to push from now to get a win.
Yeah, I think when you look at the quality of the squad, and obviously there's been a lot of money spent, so it's crazy to think that Villa are in this position. But I do think 4 games left. I'd be very surprised if Villa went down. I think a win, a draw should keep you up, but what's it like right now in the changing room? Is it a lack of belief, or do you watch back games and go, sometimes it's like, I watched a bit of the game yesterday against United and you're going, it's little tweaks, it's just little tweaks, and is there a bit of like desire in there, like just being aggressive, defending in the box, do you know what I mean? It's like, is it that, just watch it back and go, that's on us as players, or how do you feel right now?
Yeah, I mean, like you'll probably know, it's never easy changing managers a lot in the season, but I think when we look back at probably some of our goals, they have been like, us as players have to stand up there. You can do all the coaching in the world, but there's moments where us as players have to take responsibility. So, you never want to play a blame game. We're the ones on the pitch at the end of the day. But yeah, we just have to fight now. And them little tweaks, yeah, they are crucial. Especially the start of the season, we had some great performances, and then we're conceding in the 85th minute. And it does wipe a little bit out of you, doesn't it? You're playing as good as you can. But like you said, we truly believe we're going to stay up. But we have to take them big wins. The Brightons, the Tottenhams, they're going to be big games for us.
And I do, but even though I've enjoyed Palace in the WSL, it's going to become a bit of a dogfight down there, you know, at this moment. But I think Aston Villa, especially over the last few years, the way the club really have invested properly, you know, I feel they really have built up the women's team. It feels like one big club community where everybody's in it together. It's not like the men and the women and the segregation. Is it like that on the inside?
It's getting there. You know, obviously I've come from a big club like Arsenal, which has had history over a very long time. I think that can still be pushed in certain areas, but you know, you can see we're trying to push into that level. I mean, obviously, when Ruesha was there as well, like getting a top 5 finish when we got 5th, it's just them tiny things. This just hasn't been our season, but I think we've got the club as a whole, the development to push in the right direction. It's just getting it over the line.
Yeah, exactly.
You are a few years younger than me, aren't you? What are you?
32.
32,
Sorry,
yeah.
Jordan, I aged you.
No, yeah, she is.
It's all right.
Younger, so
I feel, yeah.
Not
Getting
just
on.
the season right now. That's it's just this bit of the season you're feeling that. But like, what do you see for the future for yourself? Obviously, you've still got years to play. If you want that, would you be happy at Villa and stuff, or are you looking going, God, there's clubs now closer to home, and you see the way that's going. Like Newcastle, they nearly had 40,000 fans at the game yesterday.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and that's amazing to see. Like, but obviously that's a city that's just football daft, football mad. Is there something there where you're like, God, that could be nice to see my playing days out closer to home, or how do you feel right now?
Yeah, I like to take things as they come, and like right now my head's obviously staying up with Villa. I think when you get older, it's crazy how your mind changes on thinking about football. There is lots of different thought processes on, you know, your life, your what you want to do after football. So yeah, I guess that's an open book right now for me. And I definitely am in the stage where I want to start pushing things outside of football to, you know, I love the women's game. I love talking about football. So hopefully opportunities come along in the future for being a part of the women's game.
What would you say has been your highlight over your career?
I think looking back at like whatever happens now, I couldn't have wished for like a better football journey really. It has its ups and downs which are guaranteed, but I think scoring on my debut for England, playing for the first time at Wembley at the Emirates.
What was your goal for England like?
A long range
Was it?
whack, yeah. About 8 or 9 minutes in, I've never been so nervous ever. And we're away with the Cyprus Cup, and there's absolutely nobody in the crowd. Like, obviously, that was the game then. Yeah. And I took a whack about 8, 9 minutes in. I've got Kelly Smith on the pitch with me, Rachel Yankee. Yeah, it was just a dream moment, really.
Yeah, I mean, having those memories.
How do you feel right now in terms of England Euros coming up? Where's your head at that? Are you going, Serena, I'm still ready? How do you feel?
I've not obviously retired from England. I've always been a player that wants to do that altogether. You know, when I do club and country, you know, you can never say never to your country. You never know what's going to happen. Obviously, whenever I play, I, you know, hope that them opportunities come along. But yeah, I guess the game's changed a lot now. So I've not closed that door. I'm still going to play as best I can to be in the thought process of that situation.